Wanna stop by? My place is super close. Huh? Is she here? My name is Keiichi Sato. I work in sales at Tokimeki Corporation, a general trading company. Man, we had a blast. It's been a while since we could grab drinks.
Totally. Work's been crazy lately. Ugh.
It's almost the last train.
My place is super close. Want a drink till morning?
For real?
You're the man.
That's Yamaguchi from accounting and Nagisa from legal. We're all in different departments, but the three of us always end up sharing our complaints and worries together. Huh? Is she here? Why is there a pair of men's shoes I don't recognize?
What's up?
It's just that...
Huh? Keiichi?
I see.
Sasamoto?
He's the head of sales, and honestly, I've suspected him for a while now.
Hey, Keiichi, you're late. I was just hearing a few things from your fiancé.
Yeah, I was just letting it out, you know? Work stress and everything.
Hey, Sasamoto. She's not just Keiichi's fiancé, but she's also a key rep for Days Corporation, the big client in our global project.
That's right. And you should have considered Keiichi's feelings too.
Hold on. I don't know what you're implying, but there's nothing shady going on here. I came back from overseas before you guys, and since we're friends, I was just listening to what she had to say.
Yeah, that's all. People have been suspicious about you guys for a while.
Do you have any proof? Sure, I'm at my staff's home, alone with this fiancé, but you can't prove anything inappropriate happened, can you?
Nope, I can't. But being alone together in a way that could spark suspicion is something I have to let the upper management know about. So please think about what you've done and make sure it never happens again.
Yeah, I get it. Sorry about everything. Well then, I should be going.
Thank you so much for listening to me tonight.
Keiichi, are you really okay with just letting this go? I mean,
if something blows up now, the whole company could be in trouble. This is the most critical moment in the overseas project.
All right then. I'll see you at the start of the week. Good night.
You should go home too. Even for me, being alone with a client behind closed doors is unacceptable.
What are you talking about? Both your company and mine approved our engagement.
Nagisa and Yamaguchi are here, so just go home.
So you're choosing our two friends over me? Fine, forget it.
Keiichi, are you sure about this? You could have used the evidence you've been collecting to corner them right now.
I still don't think we've got enough proof yet. Mr. Fujieda trusts Sasamoto way too much. And if we go in with something half-baked, we won't just lose credibility. We'll get chewed out. And if we rush the final move now, everything we've worked for could go straight down the drain, right?
You're right. Let's take this slowly and tread carefully. Actually, the Internal Investigation Committee reached out and asked for our cooperation. So we'll be able to dig a lot deeper from here on out.
Cool. But seeing it all go down right in front of us is really intense. I mean, if I'm this affected, Keiichi, you must be feeling it a lot worse.
Come on, we're drinking till sunrise. Drink, drink, drink. That's the only reset button we've got. Right, Keiichi?
Thanks, guys. And just like that, we spent the entire night working out our strategy. But I wasn't gonna let Sasamoto and my fiancé push me around anymore. I flew overseas again and launched the full-on plan to gather the evidence that would corner Sasamoto for good.
Huh? You want to know if I sense something's not right with Sasamoto?
That's right. Waku Waku Hotel works with him often, and you're also one of the key sponsors on this project. Anything is fine, even a small complaint. So if something feels off, I'd really appreciate you telling me.
Well, if you're asking something like that, then this must be about...
You remember something? Oh, and could you please keep this conversation just between us?
Of course. You've always helped us so much, especially with that detailed explanation about the 20-ton hydraulic excavator.
Then, will you tell me about what happened?
I see. So she spotted him at Waku Waku Hotel, huh?
Yeah, she said she saw him there 43 days ago. Can you look into it?
No problem. Man, I'm one of the top people in accounting. Don't underestimate me. All right. First, the receipt date and the business trip requests, and yeah, those do match.
So that confirms he was at Waku Waku Hotel at that date and time.
Every expense was filed according to company rules and recorded under the proper accounts. The receipt is legitimate, the approval log is intact, and there's no sign of misconduct so far.
Okay,
The payment entries match the contract, and there's no strange transfers to third-party accounts. Not even a hint of tampering in the books. But honestly, the personal time logged during that trip seems kinda weird. I mean, I think our hospitality and travel policies are way too loose. It's weird, but the more I dig, the more it looks like he really just went after your fiancé. Normally, situations like this come with some kind of financial misconduct, right?
Well, he's known for being a womanizer, so honestly, it's not that surprising.
Man, but yeah, we still gotta dig deeper before we can be sure. Oh, right. Nagisa says she finished her part of the investigation and wants to report to you.
Really? I haven't gotten any texts from her though.
Man, you're seriously dull. You should be the one to reach out to her.
Alright, I will.
Man, this guy needs everything spelled out.
Sorry for making you come all the way to the conference room.
No. Thanks for taking the time to look into all this for me.
So, here's the legal department's report. We looked into whether there were any improper dealings because of how close the two of them seemed. In conclusion, there wasn't any obvious misconduct, but we did find some suspicious patterns.
Let me see.
First, the warranty period. Ever since your fiancé took over the account, it's been quietly extended again and again. Same with the late delivery penalties. They've been getting cheaper, and the definition of a serious breach in the suspension clause has been loosened. And there were several other items that had shifted in the client's favor, and it looks like Sasamoto pitched Days Corporation's future potential.
But couldn't that just mean that Sasamoto's hard work paid off and wowed them?
Yeah, that's exactly why it's such a gray area. But what we need to focus on isn't the result, it's the process.
The process?
Take a look at this. I checked the meeting minutes for each negotiation. The number of participants kept shrinking. More meetings were held at night, and depending on the topic, staff were sent home early, leaving Sasamoto and your fiancé alone together. So I calculated how often the two of them were left alone.
And what did you find out?
Putting it simply, over 20% of all interaction time between Days Corporation and our company involved just the two of them. I only sampled a small number because doing every case is a pain, but normally the average is around 3 to 5%, maybe 8 at most. This is way too high.
At this point, people around Sasamoto probably knew and just looked the other way.
No doubt. But even if we asked, none of them would ever admit it. What we can say for sure is that our company's rules and safeguards for preventing improper dealings are way too weak.
Yamaguchi said it too, but the more we try to solve my situation, the more our company's own flaws start popping up.
And that kind of looseness is exactly what created someone like Sasamoto.
Yeah.
With all this gathered, I really think we're just one step away. Let's move into the final phase of the plan we talked about.
This is the hardest part. We'll need the client's cooperation and, honestly, a bit of luck too.
Eiichi, you've put in so much effort and really given it your all, so you'll be fine. In worst case, you can just change jobs, right? This isn't the only company out there, and someone like you would do great anywhere.
I just want to work for this company, the one you and Yamaguchi are part of.
If something happens, we'll follow you.
Wait, seriously?
Of course. So let's go in ready to break through or break apart. We've already got the Internal Investigation Committee's approval.
Nagisa, I appreciate it.
I never actually asked Yamaguchi, but whatever. He'll be fine.
2 weeks later.
Wait, you want me to handle Days Corporation's account?
Yes, things have gotten complicated with our other clients. And since you're someone she trusts, I thought you might be the best person for it.
I see. Then leave it to me. He's living in dreamland. Hasn't figured out a thing. Hello? It's me. Looks like the sales team is struggling to sort out the project schedule, which means I'll have more time alone with you. I'm sure it'll be easier to bend things in Days Corporation's favor.
Really? This trip just turned into the perfect getaway.
We should be thanking Keiichi for this.
And by the time the overseas project reached its climax.
You wanted to see me? It's pretty rare to be summoned to the board meeting out of nowhere.
Good afternoon.
Keiichi? And how come you guys from the accounting and legal are here too? Sasamoto, I had high hopes for you, so I must say I'm deeply disappointed. Excuse me, sir, what's going on?
As the project progressed, I made a request to each of our partner companies. I asked them to run an internal review regarding your relationship with Days Corporation's sales rep, my fiancé. and whether you were providing improper favors.
Are you for real? You actually made that crazy request?
Yes, and most of the companies submitted their findings to our compliance hotline.
What?
Normally, no company would ever dig into a single employee's private issues. However, even if you didn't act suspiciously inside our company, you were far too careless and reckless when dealing with our clients.
First, here are the results from the joint investigation we conducted with each company's accounting department. We found that all your personal time during business trips was spent alone with Days Corporation's representative. Was it really that obvious? And you also brought her along to client dinners as a friend, and every attendee described the two of you as being unusually close. I'm amazed our clients didn't blow up over that.
The legal department ran its own investigation as well, and we found that you were pushing Days Corporation's products at inflated prices to each company. You raised the terms just enough to avoid violating internal rules, but apparently, you were very enthusiastic in your sales pitches.
That wasn't sales. I was just recommending our products.
And all of those sales were credited to Keiichi's fiancé. And even at dinners, you cleverly pitched them under the excuse of having a great product to recommend?
Because of these findings, our clients gave us a very harsh evaluation. They mentioned that if we don't take firm disciplinary measures against you, they won't be able to keep trusting us as their partner. This puts years of contracts and even the contracts themselves at serious risk.
To be honest, when I heard this report, not only I, but the entire executive board was speechless. And at the same time, we realized we had been far too lenient with you. Please wait, sir. I admit my behavior caused misunderstandings, and I apologize for that. But you have no proof of us having an inappropriate relationship. That's not the point. You're the head of sales, yet you were acting far too favorably towards Days Corporation. And that behavior came to light with every single client during the investigation into your suspected misconduct. Then doesn't that mean Keiichi and the others acted out of personal motives and betrayed the company?
No, it doesn't, Sasamoto. An inappropriate relationship with a key partner on a major project is a compliance violation by itself, and it jeopardizes the entire project. If sales, accounting, and legal had looked the other way despite knowing that, it could have caused massive trouble down the line.
Exactly. If your suspected misconduct had proven true, it would have exposed our own failures in internal monitoring, and we can't afford to betray our clients like that.
Fortunately, the project itself wasn't damaged, and trust didn't collapse. But it's clear the clients can no longer trust you.
So are you saying that by revealing my close ties with Days Corporation ahead of time and proving how careless I was, you protected our contracts and prevented our company from losing its credibility? That's exactly right.
All of this came together because Keiichi has always worked hard and done everything the right way, and you chose to betray someone like that. I will never, ever forgive you.
Nagisa.
For now, you're removed from this project, and once the investigation is fully completed, we'll discuss your future here. So go home and stay there for the time being. No way. I've devoted over 20 years to this company. I can't believe everything falls apart from one moment of carelessness. Darn it. Darn it.
After that, Sasamoto's dismissal was finalized. Even then, he still refused to cut ties with my fiancé, so I gathered the evidence with my lawyer, proved their relationship, and ended the engagement while securing full compensation.
Why did it end like this?
Because of you, my whole life is ruined.
My ex had already shifted her feelings to another guy. Sasamoto held a grudge over that, went to her parents' house, caused a huge scene, and ended up getting taken in by the police. Because of the incident, my ex was hospitalized and forced into rehabilitation, and she became strangely quiet, almost like a different person. Sasamoto kept causing trouble at every rehabilitation facility he was sent to, and it seems his chances of returning to society get smaller by the day. Meanwhile,
We really went overboard again, huh?
good thing my place is nearby.
Shoot, my bad. I promised my daughter I'd take her to the amusement park tomorrow. I'm grabbing a cab home. See ya.
Hey, a taxi from here is gonna cost like $100. Oh, he's gone. Hey, I can cover your taxi fare if you want.
Would it be okay if I stayed over instead?
Well, if you don't mind my tiny place, then... Enjoy the video?
Then smash that like button and subscribe.